Well, welcome back to Las Vegas, because that's exactly where we are. We're in Las Vegas. We're at the Peppermill, and I have Loretta St. John with me. Absolutely an amazing artist. I haven't pre-interviewed her, so I really don't know. I know you sing.
Yes.
And she probably does many other things. I don't know. We're going to find out right now. A fabulous woman. How long have you been in Vegas? Because she was just asking me how long. How long have you been in?
I've been here since 19.
19? I think she coughed a little bit there, so it's a non-answerable question.
Yes, right. I don't want to date myself too much.
That doesn't
It's
matter.
a long time ago.
You know, age is just a number. It's what we do and how we handle ourselves. And you look fabulous.
Unless you're a woman, it's a number.
It does. No, even if you're a woman, it doesn't. I've decided it doesn't matter anymore. Believe me. Because do you know why? There's nothing you and I can do about the days going by.
Absolutely.
They go by, and all I can say is enjoy it, love it, and do whatever you possibly can.
That's exactly what I do.
You do? Mm-hmm. Now, you've been a singer for a few years, and sort of, who have you been with? Because I understand you've been with quite a few big bands and things.
Well, I'll sort of back up a little bit. I started singing when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
I was raised on my grandfather playing Mario Lanza records. And so I learned all those songs at a very early age. And people used to laugh when I sang because I was singing about, why did you leave me for another woman?
That would be pretty funny.
I had no idea.
You had no idea what you were singing.
No idea.
That is so funny.
So fast forward. And then I did a lot of local shows back east where I was born. And I ended up coming to Las Vegas as half of a comedy team, and we worked the Fremont Hotel downtown.
Oh, yeah, the Fremont at one time.
Yes, it was the place, but they don't have entertainment there, no lounge.
No lounge or anything.
They closed all the lounges.
Yeah, they closed all the lounges in Vegas, actually.
And before I got here, I was working in Towson, Maryland, where I was opening act for a lot of big stars like Billy Eckstein.
You were with Billy Eckstein?
Yeah.
Oh, the Platters.
Fats Domino, Frankie Avalon, Bobby Rydell, the Myron Cohen, famous comedian.
How did you get yourself into all those? Obviously, you had a beautiful voice. You still do. But a lot of people do, and it's hard for them to get into these, the big
It is
bands.
very hard. I was very lucky in a lot of ways, in some ways not
People
lucky
like
enough. Yeah, we do. But I studied with the best voice teacher in the country in Hollywood, and
who was that?
Carlos Noble. He's no longer with us. But I used to drive from Las Vegas to Hollywood to study my voice for 10 years. I did that.
Oh my goodness!
So I'm highly trained to do what I do. I'm also a pianist. And I sing
and you play at the same
sing
time.
and play keyboard.
Oh, that's one of my total favorites. I absolutely love that.
In fact, there's 32 videos of me on YouTube if you put the name Loretta St. John in there.
All right, don't forget Loretta St. John, and you'll find out who this young lady is. Absolutely.
So then I got to Las Vegas, and I ended up auditioning to go to do a world tour with the revival of the Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Oh,
so I got to
remember the old Glenn Miller, the soft.
It wasn't my music. I had to learn it to be in the band, but I grew to love it,
So you were the lead singer in the band?
I was the vocalist.
You were the vocalist in the band.
And I was the female vocalist, and we had a male vocalist. His name was Patton.
Yes.
And Jay and I are still friends, and he became musical director for Crystal Gayle, and he lives in Nashville, and we're still in touch. So
oh, how wonderful. So you've got many, many stories of sort of traveling. You've kind of traveled the world.
I have, but I did a lot in Las Vegas, because I worked on the Strip for many years. I sang backup for Wayne Newton, and before that, Bobby Darin. And talk about aging yourself.
Oh, here we go.
When I say I sang backup for Bobby Darin, and people say, "Who's that?"
Well, I didn't know. So I'm probably the only one who hasn't said.
Well, he was.
Unfortunately, I know who that is.
He's just as famous as Frank Sinatra, and for that, Frank Sinatra loved Bobby Darin.
Did you ever sing with Frank Sinatra?
No, but I had 2 glorious evenings as his guest at the Caesar's Palace many years ago. That was
quite something.
A story for my memoirs. That's going to be in the memoirs.
Are we going to have any?
I didn't sleep with him. I know everybody's wondering about that.
I was just going to say.
I wish I had.
What difference do you think it would have made to your life if you had?
I don't know. Yeah. I really don't know.
No, because a lot of women, they like to turn around and say, well, I slept with this one, I slept with that one. And I often wonder, well, what does that mean?
No,
does that mean
I did
running
it all.
around town?
I guess I wanted to do it on my own merits, and I have. So.
I was going to say, you didn't sleep around, did you?
No, I never had to, really. Nobody really
Nobody ever did that.
I think people who are that kind of a person will be attracted to a woman or a talent they think is weak and worried and want and that's not that.
And you
great.
were not that.
No, I guess they sense it because.
Well, you had a great voice. Well, you still have a great voice.
I didn't sing for them, but I guess they can tell by you have an aura about you.
Well, you have an aura about you, but also
when
they know you're
successful.
singing. They know who you are. A lot of people knew who you were.
A lot of people did.
In all your careers, when did you sort of kind of realize that you kind of broke that sort of, to get into the big bands which you were in? How did you manage to break into that? It was
like I said earlier, it was luck. One thing led to another. I was working in a jazz club in Baltimore, Maryland, and somebody heard me sing, and they hired me to be opening act in a upscale supper club in Towson, Maryland. That's where I worked with Loretta St and all those famous people. And then somebody heard me sing there and said, I'm bringing a band back to Las Vegas. Why don't you join my group? And that's how I ended up here.
See, this is how it is.
But being out there, being exposed.
Well, no, it's being out there, but also you proved it by having a good voice.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, where do you sing now? Are you singing at all?
Right now, I'm here to tell you that I'm doing a concert on March the 1st, an encore concert. The last one was sold out. So call in and get your tickets early because they sell out really quickly.
And where's it for?
Yeah, it's called My Mother's House. It's in Summerlin on Del Webb Boulevard, and it's getting rave reviews on Yelp.
Yeah, and I understand. Yeah, I understand. A lot of people have been performing there, and they say it's fabulous.
Yeah, they have a live band, a great band, real professional guys.
And so you've got the band, and you're the main singer.
Yes,
you're the lead singer. Mm-hmm. How excited are you?
Well, I'm doing a concert. They bring me up, and I do my show.
Yes. No, they have many people coming up, but
not that night. No, it's just me. Because
that's even better, just you
I'm
performing.
A star.
I love it. Tell everybody, you're a star. You are a star, though, but you are a star.
I'm just a star that never got discovered.
Well, I don't know if I would like to say that, because you're telling me of all the different bands you sung in, all the people you know, you were discovered.
I know we're on a short time period here, but I want to share one quick story with you
about let's not make it quick. Subject. I want to hear the story.
Okay, this is great. As I say, performed all over the world. I sing in 36 different languages, and I do them all like a native speaker. Therefore, I have friends in all those countries, and they all want me to go and visit them.
Of course, and sing.
Yeah, well, to visit, they take care of me, and they feed me and take me around. Not to perform, they want me to go to visit them.
Oh, how wonderful!
But I have sung all over it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to visit my friends in Sweden, and this is back in 1990 when the Baltic states won their freedom from the Soviet Union. So we went to a country called Estonia to visit her friends there. We flew from Stockholm to Estonia to visit her friends, and I had to apply for a visa to visit Estonia, and that was all taken care of. So when I got there, the lady we were going to visit, her name is Anita. We went to her office. She's a journalist, and she said, Loretta, you need to sit down because I have something to tell you, and you really need to be sitting down to hear this. So I thought, oh my God, they're going to arrest me because my visa wasn't good and it's still controlled by the Soviet. I didn't know what to think. She said, when I got the fax saying that you were definitely coming to Estonia, she said, I was so happy. I took the fax and I danced around the room with it. And my secretary said, why are you so happy? And she said, I'm excited. My friend from Las Vegas is going to come to visit me, and she's a singer. And my secretary said, oh, you mean Loretta St. John?
How did she know?
That's what I said. It's a good thing I was sitting down.
Maybe she saw the telegram on the email before you.
I'm going to tell you how she knew me. She said, Anita says, how do you know her? And she says, oh, I have one of her albums. She has
what a beautiful story.
And she said, my aunt saw her perform in Las Vegas and bought her album and sent it to me. And she had already had my album from like 5 years ago, and she said it was a cassette then. Of course, yeah. She said I wore it out. Is that amazing?
See how small the world is.
It is. It really is.
See, it's funny, we don't realize, especially even more now because of the internet, how far we reach and where we go. Because I get messages from all parts of the country, actually all parts of the world. Mm-hmm. And so you often wonder, are people really, are they really out there watching? Yes, they are. Mm-hmm. So when they see you, they're like, oh, I know you from this and this, so you were recognized. What a beautiful
wonderful
story.
Thing because I feel because I worked on the strip for so many years. I met people from all over the world, and I feel that a lot of people have not so good of an impression of Americans, so it was my chance to connect with them and leave them with a little better impression of us. I feel like I'm an ambassador to my country. That's why I learned to sing in 36 languages. And it was not easy.
I was going to say, how did you learn? Was this by choice or was this by choice? But was this because you wanted to sing in all those different countries?
No, that's not what happened. I already sang in Italian because I'm Italian. I was raised to hear that. And when I was
That's where she gets St. John from. I'm teasing.
No, that's not my real name.
No.
My real name would not fit on a marquee in Las Vegas.
What is it?
Loretta Giuseppina Tancredi.
Giuseppina Tancredi. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, you will.
Hardly.
Oh, anyway, briefly, I was singing on the strip in the major hotels and all the lounges.
Yes.
And I met people from all over the world. And when I would meet people from a country where I would like to learn one of their songs, I would sit with them on the break, get their information. And if they were local, hopefully, I would invite them to my house for lunch and bring the tape or the CD. And I would have them speak the words to me, one syllable at a time. And I would watch how their lips move and write it down phonetically.
Wow.
And it takes about 3 hours to go through one song. But once I have it on paper, and I hear it, I'll nail it because I hear music when I hear language.
Oh, so you know it's
when I sing in Mandarin Chinese people say to me, "How you do that? You sound like Chinese person." It's so cute.
You going to sing a little acapella for me?
What do you want to hear, Chinese?
Why not? I mean, America is a world.
I can do a little bit. It's a little
tiny.
You know, I told you the allergy. Tear a star from out the sky, and the sky feels blue. Tear a petal from a rose, and the rose weeps too. Take your heart away from mine, and mine will surely break. My life is yours to make, so please keep the spark awake. Well, there's more of it.
I love it. You know, I'm
Isn't she terrific? Sorry.
Really loud in the microphone. No, don't.
I
be sorry.
I'm sorry.
No. You have a beautiful voice, and I just love your tenacity and what you did to achieve, and how you had, because obviously you were very concentrated on your career all your life.
Concentrated on putting a smile on people's face and making them happy, because people come to my show with a heavy heart, and I guarantee when they leave, they're smiling.
They have a light heart, and it's like beating like.
And it helps me too because I feel it.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's my reward, the endorphins.
You have children?
Yes, I have 2 boys. A stepson that I raised, he lives here, and my son John lives in Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
Oh, how wonderful. Just one more thing. What would you like to mention in your life? Somebody that sort of helped you get to where you are. Would it be your mother, or would it be... How did that kind of...
You know, there's been a lot of influences in my life. Started when I was taking piano lessons at the convent when I was 7 years old.
No, the convent, what?
I'm Catholic, and I was studying with the nuns at the convent. That's where I took my lessons. That's where the music lessons started.
That's where they started.
Yeah, and then eventually I ended up playing guitar with rock and roll bands and Fender bass and drums. Whatever band I was with, I would
you play all
around.
those instruments?
Not as good anymore as I used to. I'm pretty much relegated to the keyboard now. Yeah.
To the keyboard. So you like to play the piano and sing at the same time. Absolutely amazing. Tell me again where you're going to be performing on March the 4th, I think.
March the 1st.
Oh, March
That's
the 1st.
A Sunday night. The show starts at 7, but dinner is like 5:30 if you want to get a nice seat and eat in, comfort. And show tickets are $20, and the dinner is extra. It's called My Mother's House.
Amazing.
It's on Del Webb Boulevard in Sun City, Las Vegas. Come hang out. I guarantee you. You're going to love this
You
place.
love it because she's absolutely amazing.
Not just because of me, you're going to love the ambiance there.
No, because of Loretta.
It's really
She's
great.
absolutely fabulous.
Really terrific.
And still staying strong, still being out there, still performing. Absolutely wonderful. Don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe, Vegas Live with Ninon. And we'll be right back with our next guest. Thank you, Loretta. She's lovely.
Thank
She's
you.
amazing. We'll be back. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.